Marhaba, and welcome to the Matrix Green Pill, where real people connect.
Hello and welcome back to the Matrix Green Pill podcast. My name is Hilmarie Hutchison, and today I'm again joined by my lovely co-host, Namita. Welcome, Namita.
Hey Hilmarie, so another day, another excellent guest. We are so excited to introduce you to Gaurav Gera. Gaurav is one of the leading versatile television actors in India. He has a massive fan base in UAE too, of course, I'm one of them. He first rose to fame with the television show Jassi Jaisi Koi Nahi, and there has been no turning back since then. His iconic characters such as Nandu, Shopkeeper, Chutki have made Gaurav a popular Indian household name today.
I am so excited to have Gaurav on the podcast today, even for us non-Indians. His video antics are so funny, especially the shopkeeper and Chutki. They are so incredibly entertaining. Gaurav, welcome and thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello, thank you so much. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
As a start, could you please introduce yourself and tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Okay, my name is Gaurav Gera. And I've been in, say, Bollywood, as in TV and films, both. A bit of theater. I hosted a radio show also for a while. So I've been around for almost 20 years now on Bollywood. I just keep doing things. And right now, what I love to do is make videos on the internet, on Instagram and YouTube, both. So that's what keeps me busy. And I keep doing projects on and off in TV.
So let's jump right in and talk about your acting career. Did you always know that you wanted to become an actor?
Not really, because I'm not from Bombay. I lived in Gurgaon all my life. And Gurgaon that time was a small town, which is now Gurugram. Mm-hmm. It was a small town a long time ago. And nobody in my family was in the field. Nothing close to performing arts or anywhere, not even theater. I didn't say it. It didn't look like a career to us. And then I thought maybe it's a career for the people who are already into it. I couldn't say it, but yes, I did participate in all the performing annual functions or things like that in school. And when I grew up, I told my parents I want to be an actor. But before that, I studied fashion, which was also my own choice. So I studied fashion, and while doing the fashion designing, I realized I don't like clothes. I just don't like anything else.
That's funny.
Yeah, that I'm the most comfortable in my shorts and my t-shirts. So I thought this is not for me. And very early in my life, I decided to switch careers, told my parents this is not what I want to do. And I would rather be an actor. And they supported. So did some theater, did some ad films, and then finally TV, and then led to films. And it's been 20 years now.
So when you started out, what were the challenges you faced? How difficult was it for you to start out?
A lot of people they call it struggle. It's a very popular word. Struggle kaisa chal raha hai? How's the struggle going? But I never thought it was struggle. I thought I'm at point A. I want to be at point B. In between is a journey. It didn't seem like a struggle. Yes, if I look back in life, there are things which I don't think I'll be doing very comfortably. Like when I moved to Bombay, the first thing that I bought was a fan with my own income, self-made and doing things on your own. So I remember these things very clearly. Slowly things got better. So it wasn't a struggle that time. I could sail through. But now if I look back at it, it was a lot.
And it's not easy to manage everything on your own, especially in a place like Bombay. So for sure, you've come a long way.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know people, I didn't know how to give auditions. I didn't know anybody in the field. Just did some theater. I didn't do too much of it. I didn't go to an acting school. I didn't have people around, like a set of friends who are growing together. I just landed up in a city wanting to figure out where will I go.
That makes your success all the more incredible because you didn't have that network.
Yeah, I feel good about it. My parents feel proud about it. Just like 2 years ago, they were in Bombay. And we were on Worli, that C-Link. Yeah. And my dad said, look at this, the crores of people who live here. And there's so many who know you, all self-made. Absolutely. You did it yourself. Absolutely. And I'm like, oh, okay. They're proud of me.
That's so lovely. Now, I have to ask about the different characters that you portray. I know you've got a lot of them. How did you decide to get into doing that?
As a content creator, you need to give variety to people who follow you. I feel so. I'm sure a lot of people don't. They do vlogs as themselves. But being an actor, I want to bring in new characters. So I started with a few characters, but now the family of characters that I play has gone up to 45 characters.
Oh my goodness, 45. I thought you played about 20. I didn't know it was that high. So how did you come up with every different character and their names? I mean, what led you to creating a specific character? Was there anything in particular or how was that process?
See, initially when I started creating, there was people making videos and mostly were for men. I thought the space, which was Khali, empty space, was a girl point of view. And I already had played a woman in a TV show, which ran for a few months. So I thought I was good at it. And I thought, this is the space I want to capture. I created Chutki, a girl who would say things which now these days girls say a lot, but those days, 10 years ago, they didn't. Not as vocal on, especially on the internet. Chutki was that girl who would say naughty stuff in front of everybody. She spoke the girl's point of view, the naughty girl's point of view. So then I felt needed to create more. I needed a child in the story. So created a child using Snapchat lenses, because also technology helped. Snapchat makes you look like a character that you want to play. And thankfully, Snapchat also supported me. They gave me lenses that I wanted. So slowly and steadily, the characters grew and they all are related to each other. So it's like a huge, big family.
Yeah, I noticed also even with Chutki. Now, is the Chutki that you have on the Snapchat filter with the lips the same as the one with the blue wig? Is it the same character?
Yeah, Chutki has a signature. The lipstick is always spoiled. And the bands are, one is blue and one is red. So it's a signature. So we try to capture that on the Snapchat lens. So Snapchat created that lens for me. It's one lens in which Chutki, anybody can become Chutki and shopkeeper. So you tap on it, it becomes shopkeeper. You tap on it, it becomes Chutki. The Snapchat lens is different from the wig. When I put, it's still my face, but using Snapchat, anybody can be Chutki shopkeeper.
I love, and you can even see you change your mannerisms and everything about you changes when you put on that lens. It's like you become Chutki in that moment.
I try to do that. I think as an actor, it is my playground. I enjoyed theater, my time in theater, where we used to improvise a lot. So that is the ability or trying to think from the other person's point of view. So if I play a woman, I gotta talk like a woman. I gotta behave like a woman. If it's an older woman, I play also Dadi, grandmother. I imagine the pain in the joints. So does she limp? It comes in the body with the character that you play. I think being an actor, this is the least I should focus on.
So since we're talking about this, how do you prep yourself to get into each character? Do you look up to someone when you're playing a certain character and then kind of imitate what they are doing? So like you said, your joint pains when you're playing a role of a grandmother. So do you look up to someone and then you try to imitate what their behavior or their mannerisms are like?
No, it is generally from things that I see. It's a mix of everybody. So it's not one particular person that I follow. It's a general thing. A person of that age would probably go through all this. Feeling of loneliness, a bit of pain, digestion gone haywire. I throw in these things. And where do they come from? Which region of India? India has a lot of dialects and a lot of languages. So where do they come from? So I create all that in my head. And then you play a character regularly, then it becomes second nature. So when I have to make a video now, it doesn't take me that much time because the basic draft is ready in my head.
So we know that you recently started hosting a new cooking show, Chef versus Fridge on Sea Cafe. Just tell us a bit about that.
Oh yeah, this is an association. I have never hosted a food show. I like food though. I love to cook also. But the thing is that I'm a vegetarian, so that half the choices are gone for me. I can talk about it, I can host it, but I'm a vegetarian. I won't taste it. Zee was kind and they said, okay, we will declare on the show that you're vegetarian, but you stay around. Show is fun. Every episode, we get 2 chefs. We give them a task. We open the fridge and we say, okay, you got to make things out of these visible things. They're the key ingredients. So fridge plays the major part. The fridge decides what the tasks are going to be.
Sounds excellent.
Yeah, it is fun. I got to eat so many things on the set.
Exactly. I'm just thinking.
So you clearly are very talented, both as a comic and as an actor. Can you share your secret on how you stay so happy and motivated to make others laugh?
I don't think too much about things. I don't brood onto why things are so bad. Why is it like that? It is life. Things happen. And
so you have more positive thoughts rather than focusing or dwelling on the negative.
Yeah, I do. I enjoy small things in life. I enjoy gardening. I get pleasure out of cooking. So I keep myself really happy with these things. And to distract, I think is very important. You got to have a hobby, something that you love to do. For me, cooking works like magic. I don't cook very often. My house help cooks really good food. I enjoy cooking. I feel it's like meditating. It's like creating something with your own hands and you're focusing on creating. It is a creation. Food is creation. Gardening is what I love. So I do more of things that I love. to keep myself
Positive.
happy.
Busy, positive.
Yeah.
Yes. That's like a stress
And
buster
creating,
for you. Yeah.
yeah, even creating videos. It gives me so much of happiness to create. That gives me happiness in return. I feel people get happy to watch the videos. I, in return, get happy to make the videos.
Definitely make people happy. There's no
Yeah, for
doubt.
sure.
I get very happy comments, I get blessings in the comments, DMs. Yeah, it's a fun space.
That's lovely. I just want to circle back to what you were saying earlier about looking back on your career. And there were challenges you didn't realize at the time, but they certainly were challenges. What advice would you give to young aspiring actors today that want to break into the scene?
See, one thing is that don't give up. I have heard from new actors, there's no point in giving auditions. They already know who they're going to cast. If that was the case, I would never break into it. I would never get a break if that was the case. At times things don't happen, but as an actor, it's their job to at least appear there. Now I tell a lot of people to create videos.
It's a good way to get into the business, right?
Yeah, also it keeps you occupied. You're doing something constructive. There is a scope, definitely you could grow. Anybody could, in whatever they love to do. You don't have to be an actor to be famous. There's cooks who are famous. If famous is what attracts people, there's somebody who's a jewelry designer who's famous. There's a painter who's a designer who's famous. Earlier, I think before internet, especially, I thought actors, politicians, singers were the only people famous. Now it is much wider. If famous is what attracts people, do what you love to do. You don't have to become an actor just to be famous. Sure. And those who love to act, internet can be used for that also. Create your own content.
You've definitely proved that you can use the internet to act in the way you want to act.
Yeah, it's your own script. It's your own playground. It's your script. You create, you edit, you direct, you write the scripts. So you feel much more satisfied doing what you do.
Talking about that, COVID-19 has changed so much around us. And for actors too, it has been a tough time since physical shoots had to be cancelled, put on hold. So how has it been for you this past 2 years? And what is your take on this fastest growing OTT platform in the entertainment industry?
See, for me personally, my case is a little different from the rest because I'm used to working from home. For me, internet has been the main work. I do TV projects once in a while. God has been preparing me since like 5-6 years for this lockdown. True. It didn't really affect me that much. I did selected a few projects, some big projects I did. The commitment was 5 days, 9 days. That's all. And rest I kept doing what I love to do from home. It was like that, yeah.
But do you think this whole OTT thing is going to change the entertainment industry, the way it functions?
I think it already has.
It already has, yeah, for sure.
I have a new release on LOL on Amazon. I feel everybody has seen it. There's so many people who talk to online. It's like everybody's seen it. I get really surprised. Like that is the reach it has got now. And with the growing every month, it is just going up. Be it Netflix, be it Amazon, be it Z.
Absolutely.
Yeah, people are consuming it more openly now.
You've been incredibly successful so far, Gaurav. You've got a big following online. But what's next for you? Do you have any plans for the future? Something you can share with us? Or are you just sticking to what you're doing for now?
Hilmary, I had a lot of things I wanted to do actually. But before lockdown also, because I work solo a lot of times, most of the times when I create. But I had a vision to get into animation and comic books. And I wanted a Billy house like Mickey House.
Oh, nice.
That is where I wanted to go, but somehow I have not been able to go there. Maybe in the coming few years, if things go fine and if I make it that big, I could go there. That was all in my head.
Well, you've got some ideas there still that could be developed one day. That sounds exciting.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Like, you go to Disneyland, you go to Billy House.
I know. And sounds good.
The characters hanging out over there. And I love animation.
We're going to wait for that. I'm sure we're manifesting here, so it's going to happen soon. So yes, fingers crossed for that. Gaurav, we've now come to a very interesting segment of our show. This is our own version of a rapid fire round. So we're just going to ask you, each one of us will ask you a couple of questions and it's a rapid fire round. So you have to answer what comes first to your mind.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So who would be that one guest you would like to invite for a dinner cooked by you?
Ranveer Singh. I love his energy. I think he's a great, fun guy.
Absolutely.
I would love to know him more and give him good food to eat.
Lovely.
Great.
So my turn. So who is your favorite comedian?
I love Sacha Cohen Baron. He's the guy who plays Ali G and Borat. I love that guy.
Right. Okay.
He is also funny.
Because I also love characters and he gets into a character and he's so convincing. That's what I love about him.
So if you could,
and I find these two guys also really funny. There's David and Matt. I think that's the names in Little Britain.
Oh.
So these two
Oh,
guys,
yes.
oh my God, I think they are just beautiful actors. More than comedians, I think they're actors. You got to be an actor to be able to pull that off.
Amazing. Okay. So if you could go back in time and choose your own name, would you change it? And if yes, what would it be?
My name?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't change it. Even though there are too many Gauravs, in my class, there always have been 3 Gauravs.
Yes.
So when I was named, it wasn't that common, but now everybody is Gaurav. There are too many Gauravs. In fact, it's a passe now. But I still wouldn't change it. I like the sound of it. GG, Gaurav Gera.
GG, yes.
Now, a question I love to ask. What is one thing you do every day, no matter how busy you are?
A lot of things. We're not talking about Nityakram, right?
No, we're not. Oh, I'm sure Helmary didn't know what to say to that, but yeah.
No idea.
I would do every day. Speak to my parents. I speak to them at times 3 times a day.
Is that so?
Yeah. I'm very attached to my parents. Like they were stuck in the US last year because of COVID. We have to speak. Period.
That's fantastic. That's excellent to hear. It's not that common, and it's lovely to hear that.
Yeah, it's not common with my friends also. Maybe I have not grown up still.
No, I think it's lovely to have
it
that
is,
close
for
bond.
sure.
It's brilliant to have that. Excellent. Before we wrap up today, Gaurav, we would like to do our green pill moment. We would like to ask you, what green pill advice would you give to your younger self?
Green pill as in to any advice which is better for them, right?
Yes.
Right. Well, yeah. What advice would you give to your younger self, looking back and looking at you at 18, 20? What advice would you give to yourself?
Don't be so choosy about work.
In what way do you mean that?
So if you multiply that by 4 is what I've not done. I think I'm more of no's compared to yeses, be it films, be it TV, or maybe I just like to work at my pace. I refuse to go into a rat race. I do things at my pace. People who grow in front of me, I'm very happy for them. I'll clap for them. But I don't want to be them. I want to still be able to enjoy small things in life. Yeah, I want it to be pleasant more than overworked.
Which is a good thing, right? I mean,
The advice I would give to myself is, okay, work a little bit more.
Because this advice that you would give to your younger self would obviously be good advice for our audience. To those who are younger, how do they approach life? This would be very valuable advice to them, to take opportunities, to not shy away from opportunities. When they come their way, take them. Say more yeses than nos. This is what I hear you say.
Ilmari, I do shy away from a lot of things, When Chutki Shopkeeper went viral worldwide, especially in Dubai, Pakistan and Dubai were the first places to notice Chutki and Shopkeeper. India noticed me third. That time, there were a lot of offers from Dubai to come and perform, live shows and everything. Do you know how many I did? None.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. So this is definitely good advice to yourself.
Because it felt like not my space. I'm not a stand-up person. No, I like to create fiction. I could have done at least 4 or 5. I could have.
And you would have done a good job. I've seen you in your TEDx talk and you do a fine job in front of an audience. So I think
you saw that also.
Oh, I did, of course. We do our research. And that's good advice. I think that would be good advice for our audience as well, to take opportunities when they do come. As much as
maybe get out of the comfort zone a little bit and try new things, which I don't tend to do a lot of times. I'm very comfortable in my comfort zone. So that's what happens.
Yeah. Cool. So Gaurav, thank you so much for sharing your fantastic and inspiring story with us today. And I'm sure our audience will thoroughly enjoy this conversation as much as Helmary and I have.
I absolutely have enjoyed it so much. But before we say goodbye, Gaurav, we would like to tell our audience where they can find and follow you. And we'll also put this in the show notes as well.
I'm everywhere. Mostly I was active on Instagram, and then there's Facebook. So Gaurav Gera on Facebook, Gaurav Gera on Instagram, Gaurav Gera on Snapchat, and now Clubhouse, Gaurav Gera. And if you want to know more about the family that I created, about the characters, they can visit gauravgera.com. So I've made actually a family tree, how they're related to each other.
Oh,
oh I love that.
Wow.
Excellent. I was going to ask that earlier and I forgot. Yes. How are all your characters related? So you've already made that family tree. I love it.
It's like Game of Thrones. There's a new twist.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's happening next? Yeah, cool.
With more chapters to come, I'm sure.
Yeah. The more chapters to come.
Thank you again so much, Gaurav. It was excellent to talk with you and to hear your story. It's absolutely inspiring. And as Namita said, I'm so sure our audience is going to really enjoy this podcast.
Thank you so much. Speaking with you guys.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you and good luck.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Marhaba. and welcome to the Matrix Green Pill, where real people connect.